But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, gang, you already know we in the build done. Also want to give a shout out to all my 2-2s and my 3-3s and my 2-2-2s and my 3-3-3s and my 7-7-7s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're going to jump right in. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about is why Pisces spaz out on Capricorn. Now, you guys may know that Capricorns, they play cold, but move calculated. What's going on, Marie? How you doing? And let's see here. When it comes to Capricorn, now here's the difference, okay? So as Pisces, we feel everything, whereas Capricorn feels nothing. See? Now, or let's say this, or at least that's what they show. Now, just know that behind the poker face of a Capricorn holds a strategy, pride, and that quiet manipulation. So we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna talk about it, and this is where a Pisces snaps, okay, around a Capricorn's energy, okay, because these type of hidden mind games, there's hidden games that are played, but it's at a certain level, and Caps play games, you know, in case you didn't know. See, problem is that not many people can read them, and they get lost in it. And like I say, I'm gonna give you guys the red flags to watch out for, you know, because hey, it doesn't matter even if it's a Capricorn that has a soft heart versus a cold heart, because when it comes to a Capricorn, how it really goes is they may have a soft heart, but here's the thing, they have a cold mind. See, and that's how they get you. It's like if a person's mind is sharp, they could be soft, you know, they can have a soft heart for things, but if they have a sharp mind, man, it's like really, it's cold-blooded for that person, because they can get away with so much in a small amount of time. Now, here's another thing, and also I'm gonna discuss whether or not this match can work. Now, this is hit different, as I'm gonna go deep and you know, gonna do some exposing as I always do. So we're gonna talk about this now. Let me see what's going on, Ronnie Boo. Welcome. What's going on, Misty? How you doing? Oh yeah, I've been all right. You said Capricorn men be something else. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are definitely something. They know that it can really feel like that, as far as like the cold-heartedness that you come across when you're dealing with a Capricorn man or woman. And some women like the whole masculine, you know, quiet but deadly type of vibe that comes from a Capricorn's energy. See, but the problem is you want to be very careful, because they have a slick way of how they do things. It's like, but it's like it's well put together, in other words. Now, when it comes to Capricorn, now here's the thing, okay? Here's the problem. Now, when it comes to, okay, so when it comes to what does this mean for Pisces in regards to the Capricorn energy? Okay, well, a Pisces gets triggered by Capricorn because they feel emotionally unavailable, okay? That's what it feels like with the Capricorn, is that it's not someone that feels where you're coming from. When you're dealing with Capricorn, it's like an empty corpse. It's like an empty shell. It's like a person that has no life source. When you talk to them, it's almost like you're not really talking. It's like you're not really speaking to them, because they don't allow themselves to understand you emotionally. It's like they can really just sit there and just and be like I say, they could be in their own little zone. They can be in their phone while you're talking about how, you know, the old days and how grandma used to make cookies, and hey, she used to, you know, take the shirt off her back for the family. And the Capricorn can really not really pay you much mind, where they could just be self-centered, more self-inclined to their own thoughts and their own feelings and emotions, that they can literally have their attention like literally looking inside of a cell phone, and they really not paying you any mind. They're really not paying you attention whatsoever. Or let's say they can really hurt your feelings because they have none. They don't have any feelings to feel for themselves. So how can they feel you and what you're going through? So another example I want to give is like, let's say it's the Capricorn's birthday, and you go out of your way, you know, being thoughtful and whatnot, and you go buy them a gift or two. But now it's your birthday. Guess what? Do you think that the self-centered goat is going to get you a gift? I think not. Nope. Because in their world, you'll be lucky. You'll be very lucky if you get a gift, because they are self-inclined. See? And they don't see the feeling that, oh, I got you something, and hey, you know, will you get me back, or you should get me back. So you can't expect them to do the very same thing that you did for them. And it was so crazy is that they will literally walk around with that pride, and they will really not be moved by the thought that you had for them a year ago on their birthday. It's like when it's yours, they might not get you a gift, but they may still take from you, but never get you something. Or and what you may get out of that is say, damn, this person never thinks about me on my birthday. Damn, that's really cold-hearted. That's crazy, right? And that's the thing with Capricorn. Now, let me see. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Yeah, Missy said her mom was married to a Capricorn, and she is a Pisces, like 36 years. Said it's a weird relationship he feels, but this is so, yeah, definitely, that's the thing. But it's the non-verbal communication with Capricorn. It's almost like when they disassociate themselves, they don't really say anything. They don't really say anything. It's more like they may get up and move. They may, you know, go in the garage and start cleaning up, or watching it could be anything. They could be watching several channels of television, and literally it's like they're sitting there drinking a beer, and they're not even like really watching what they're looking at, if that makes sense. It's like they're more less just thinking, or just sitting there just doing something, but they have there's no vibe. There's no, oh man, what are we watching? Or and that's what really, see, if you're a Pisces, you will be intuitive enough to pick up on these cues that are very odd and very weird. You may feel like, where is this person's energy source? And that's what you feel when you're a Pisces dealing with a Capricorn, is that, where is this Capricorn's life source? Where is their energy at? Like, what I need to find out where their energy source is, because right now, what I'm looking at, it doesn't appear that this person has a life source. Because I'm telling you, like, I sat there and watched a Capricorn. Literally, I'm talking about, this man was drinking like beer after beer after beer after beer, as if, like, I was like, dude, like, you just sat there and drank like 3 packs of beer, bro. Like are you okay, bro? It's like he's just cracking them things open like Stone Cold Steve Austin or something. He's just chugging them down and throwing them. And literally, garbage can in his garage was full. I'm not talking about the basic garbage can. I'm talking about the huge one, the ones that you find in the school cafeterias, those big round ones full of beer cans. I'm like, yo, bro. And I literally, like, every time I come around that one Capricorn, I don't feel comfortable. See, it's like I always feel like when I look at his little beady eyes, it's like I always feel like it's something like some type of monster inside of him, but it never comes out, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna explain why. Okay, give you guys some trigger points. Now, one of the things is that Capricorn feels emotionally unavailable around Pisces. Okay, that's the first one. The next thing is that they move in silence. This could be a cold-blooded killer, somebody that, hey, may have done it, who knows, but hey, when you are around them, that's what you feel. You feel like, oh, this person is too quiet, too not really doing a bunch of yapping. They're not really asking a bunch of questions. Another thing of why this may be happening is because they like to hide intentions. Now, this is why, remember I said, in the silence, it's very hard to detect anything. It's almost like you being very, very quiet, and you yourself are what? A weapon. So you walk through a metal detector and you're just not detected just because, oh, nobody seen you as a threat until it was too late. That's how Capricorns are. They are very quiet and very stealthy and strategic. So you don't see what they're about to do because it's silent manipulation. It's the silent to where it's very silent and sneaky to where once they do what they are going to do, they will have already structured that whatever that tactic was or whatever they were hiding from you. And it's like they'll grow to be this huge building or business, and then they'll just cut you off, or they'll just take you out of the equation. They'll just F you over to where it's like, damn, you will feel used. See, so here's the thing. With Capricorn, how they trigger a Pisces is that they prioritize their money, see, and their status over feelings. So they don't give a damn about, oh, what you got going on. It's all about the money. See, it's all about the status. And here's the thing. You will oftentimes find Capricorn men and women, they'll go to the stores, the Dior's and the type of gear and, style of dress where it's very expensive. They will wear those things. Even if they ain't shit, they'll go and buy brand new, gator boots and pimped out suits and the luxury of cars. And hey, you wouldn't have an idea. And some of them are they could be drug dealers and all that type of stuff, but they will always dress to impress. Another thing is that with the Capricorn and how they trigger Pisces is that they test loyalty without saying it. See, but here's the thing with Pisces. Pisces reads energy. Let's not forget that. Capricorn hides energy. That's the difference. See, and this mismatch, that's what causes the tension between a Pisces and a Capricorn. Capricorn cannot afford to reveal their energy. See, they just can't. They're just prideful there. So Pisces reads energy and then picks up on the fact that, oh, you have a lot of energy, Capricorn. Why aren't you showing your energy like I'm showing mine? Why are you hiding yours? See, because of the motives, the intentions are not the same. That's why anytime you come around a Capricorn, you will never really know what they're truly up to or what they truly want. And yes, they'll stick around, and yes, they'll follow you, and yes, they'll, come along, but you will never know what they really want, and they will never tell you. See, so another thing, the reasons and examples, what a Pisces must be careful with Capricorn. Now, these are deadly, okay? Now, the one thing is that you got to be careful with Capricorn because they say less than they know. It's cold-blooded. See, they say less than they know. So you can only imagine what that's like. So you can't, it's like they won't do much talking, but they may know a lot that you should know, but they ain't telling you everything. So this the type of person that can lie to you and tell you need brakes on your vehicle and you really don't. And they might find one thing to say to get you to question that, oh, maybe I need new brakes. But they might say, oh, your caliper is twisted, or your caliper, look, it was very hard for me to, clamp your your brake pads or anything just to get you to pay for something you don't need. But the Capricorn, once they have gained your trust, they will start trying to do this silent, sneaky manipulation tactic where they start to tell you lies and tell you things, oh, that you don't need. The reason why you think they're telling the truth is because, oh, they're not so loud and excited, and they have this, you have watched the same pattern of behavior of, oh, this person is quiet. You wouldn't think that they'll have even the energy to do you dirty, because you see how they move and pack, drink beer to beer, but you don't, that's the thing you can't see is the hidden motive. And that's why you got to watch and pay attention and say, no, you sneaky mother effer, I'll get a second opinion. See, why haven't my other mechanic, why hasn't he picked up on the fact that I need a caliper or a brake job? You're the only one that said so, and you have no degree. It's like, it's little stuff that you just got to pay attention and watch with Capricorns. They could be some very sneaky motherfuckers, dude. Listen, another thing is that the Capricorns, they observe quietly. That's the problem. You don't even know they're doing this. And it's like when you're watching them, they're really watching you, but you don't see eyes on you. It's almost like they don't turn around and look you in the face to know, oh, this person's watching me. They don't even say anything. So the whole time, you could feel bored around them and not even know that you were being scanned the whole damn time. Man, listen, it's cold-blooded. You wonder why they don't ask you questions. You wonder why they never ask you, how was your day? Oh, what do you got going on for the weekend, or anything fun going on? They don't talk. They don't say anything. And then you end up slipping up, telling them stuff that, hey, you probably wouldn't have told them, but because you're bored and you just might not like the silence coming from a Capricorn, you start telling them the things that they really wanted to know. And they do this on purpose, and they know that it works. So here's the thing. Another thing they do is they keep receipts of everything. You will see that, oh, if they do buy you something, guess what? They're going to keep the receipt. And guess what? They might take it back. Just to be an ass, they might take it back. It could be a cart full of groceries, and guess what? The Capricorn, if they find out that the bananas were too ripe, they'll take that shit back. So you can only imagine the ones that are lined up in the line to return shit, Capricorn. But you used up everything else. You probably kept some of the items, Capricorn, but you took back, oh, these bananas they're already too ripe. They're not green enough. Let me take the order back. And it's like, why did you just do it? Why did you just, when you pick the damn bananas, why didn't you just check them first? But everything's done in a strategic way. Sometimes a Capricorn just sees, well, what they can get away with. How can they go back and switch it out for something? It might not even be the same item. Another thing is that, as I mentioned, they test your loyalty secretly. That's not fair, because then it's like you could be hanging with them and then they're playing all these mind games to where you don't really know that they were testing your loyalty towards them or towards anyone else. Another thing is Capricorns, they like to plan long-term moves. See, so they're in it for the long game, if that makes sense. It's almost like this is why they don't just abruptly show you what they're on with you right away. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of you and you're gonna know right away. It might be a year from now. It might be 2 years, 2 weeks from now. See, a Capricorn would try to capitalize first and get more out of you, get more out of the situation before they actually show their hand. Let me see. But it's just like I say, I'm just trying to show, yeah, definitely JX, they hide their feelings. Yeah, you definitely got to be careful with Capricorn. Said JX said, had a Capricorn brother, we clash at times, but we can get along at times. That's the thing. But like when let's just say you're a Pisces, okay? If you're a Pisces, once you get into it with a Capricorn, 9 times out of 10, it's like you guys will forever bump heads. But I'll say this, even if the Capricorn does come around years later, they may still talk to you from time to time, but it would never be the same before you guys fell out, if that makes sense. Because even what I've realized and noticed is that even with Capricorn, they could be of old age, and they realize that their younger years were terrible. They might say, damn, I used to be a gangster, back in the day. I didn't really treat people right, and then all of a sudden they don't really feel bad for it until they're in their 70s, and they're like, yo, they might say something to you like, yeah, your dad, yeah, he was pretty resentful of me because, yeah, the way that I was when I was his age, I really didn't give a shit. And it's like, damn, dude, you got to wait till you're 70 years old to even realize what you're saying right now. That just shows you how cold-hearted and how just really not really that's how they are. They don't give a damn, bro. So it's like you dealing with somebody that literally doesn't care. So it's like it's hard to make a Capricorn care about things and people and situations, because they really don't. It's like embedded in them that they just don't care. So, and I had a situation like that happen with my grandfather. He's a Capricorn, and he was telling me about my dad, and they still bump heads since my dad was a kid. He still talks about just the terrible situations with my grandfather, and it's like they still have like these little, but he said this and but he did this, and it's like a constant. It never settles. And my dad's a Taurus, and they always go like it's never a truce or a resolution. It's just like they got stories for days, man. It's like it was like a damn war going on of why my dad, he like resents my grandfather, and vice versa. So that's just something that you could, maybe you don't have the situation going on, or maybe you do, but you just gotta understand when it come to Capricorns, they probably will end up marrying a Taurus woman or someone that has, a more backbone in the situation, or a Sagittarius or whatnot. Now, another thing is that this is a sign that's very strategic. So this may be, look at the board game chess, okay? So you will find more Capricorn playing a chess game, or a game that basically requires strategy. So when you're dealing with a Capricorn, they're out to play chess, not checkers. See, and you can only imagine just how the mind is just so sharp and just so on time with the plans and agendas of which they want to, accomplish them, move on with something. So you could find that these could be great planners. On the bright side, they could be great planners. They could really build something quickly. They're not the type of zodiac sign to just sit back and just, dream about it. They're the type of zodiac sign, once they hear and get the idea, oh, if it's business related and it's going to make them money, I know plenty of Capricorns, they'll say, yo, they get whiffed that, oh, we can make money, breeding dogs. Oh, let's go get them right now. And they'll do even if they don't have the money offhand, they will find it. They'll get it. See, to supply and to be able to go and buy the dogs. And then they'll be in the back. Hey, they'll be in the house and have the whole house gated off. And they'll make it a business, breeding dogs all day. And it's like, damn, dude, they really just took that damn idea and just, started the business that quick. They don't wait around and just, for handouts, or just, moping and soaping about, oh, I don't have a gig or nothing. No, they'll go out and start something, a business quick. Now, another thing is that you gotta be careful with Capricorn, because they have an emotionally cold exterior. So you cannot read them on the outside. You cannot go off the face, the vibe. Oh, it's boring. Oh, it's too quiet. You can't use any of that. See, that would be you playing checkers. You got to go off of the energy, the actions. See, you got to watch the actions, because the actions, and then you got to watch the timing of things. You got to pay attention what happened on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to see what sticks out. See, and the thing about it is, one thing of why you cannot read the Capricorns well is because they hate vulnerability. See, they hate to open up to anyone about anything. Doesn't matter. So if somebody hates to open up, they're going to make sure they don't. So you can't even small talk. You can't even chit chat. You can't even have coffee over nothing. It's not going to work. You would not be able to crack open a can of tuna with the Capricorn. You're not going to be able to just get them open, because they're not going to do it. See, they're not going to allow themselves to open up to you regardless of, what the environment's like. Nope. And here's the thing. The Capricorn uses the silence as control. See, because that makes a person feel uncomfortable. So, emotionally. So it's like, I don't want to talk to this person. You will always oppose them, because it's like, this would be the type of student in school that is too damn quiet, unreadable. And then you end up having to question whether or not they can read. It's like, I don't want this guy in my group. He's a freaking, he's just like literally doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything. He's a damn robot. I don't want him around me. But you got to understand, like, they behave like that because they don't want you to control them and be telling them and dictating what they're going to do. And it's like, so when you tie yourself to them or join them or partner with them, they will literally just sit there. And then you would just want to just do everything for them, because you just don't want to deal with their energy, because because the energy, you will automatically assume that, there's no energy with this person. But I'm here to tell you, it's a hell hole of energy that Capricorn is sitting on. They just keep it from you. They just hide it. And that's why when you try to date them, let's say it's a Capricorn female, you always notice that they don't always seem interested. You're like, you feel like you're fighting for something to, carry on, or something to last. So there, literally, you could be at the park, at the track, you could be jogging, and you're like, you want to go for a jog and just, hang out. And then all of a sudden she'll go with you, but then she'll go with you just to not be with you. It's like, you'll be running and then trying to, catch up with her. And even if you're going the same speed as her and you're just, talking, small talking, she does everything but open up. So it's like, if you ask her anything, you say, why aren't you running faster? She might say, because I have bunions. It's like, okay, but then why did you come running with me? See, it's easier for you to get into it with the Capricorn, hanging out with them. So always remember that it's easier for you to fight with them than to get along with them. See, because that's what happens when you don't open up. When you don't allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable enough to get to know someone and to get out of yourself, this is going to cause what? Tension. It's going to cause a fight. See, it's going to cause, and what you're fighting for is what? Control. You're fighting for, you're a little too, you can't just be like this. You got to open up, dude. You can't just come in a party and just sit there like that. You're messing up the whole vibe. This is why you're scaring the females off. You're not behaving like a social, normal person. And that's the thing, because when you're dealing with Capricorn, remember I said, you're dealing with someone that is almost considered what? An entity. See? It's like, damn, dude, you can't be the owner in everything just because you don't, you want to have so much control and you look at everything about money. See? It's almost like the Capricorn won't say nothing until somebody says, hey, are they gonna pay us? Then the Capricorn is like, oh, how much is gonna how much they're gonna pay us? He's like, you know, hey, I'm not taking less than 2,500. And it's like, bro, you ain't said a goddamn thing for the whole time we were here until this man said, are we getting paid for it? So they hear it. Listen, the Capricorn here, man, listen, they be so observant. If somebody even mentioned that you guys are gonna get compensated for something, guess what? They're gonna be on it like flies on shit. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, wait, somebody said money? Hey, tell them to keep the tab, you know, hey, pay me. It's like, bro, because that's the thing. They want so much control that they need to have the money in their hands and the amount. And it's like, dude, see, it's like, so you got to be very careful. Also, they could be very, very mean, okay? Very mean. Their exterior is cold. So what this means is this person has no emotion available. So imagine if you were to look at this depiction as a gas tank. Could you imagine you needed to use a vehicle and it has no gas? You're not going nowhere. It's the same way when it comes to the emotion of a Capricorn. There is nothing, there's no freaking emotion. So when you talk to them, you're gonna feel this ruthless anger, like something is missing with this person, their life source. To just keep a person, you know, happy and sane, they don't have that available for anyone, not even themselves. And they could come off, hey, they can have a resting bitch face to where, oh, they look mean, they look mad in the face where there's no emotion. It's like just a cold stare to where when you, hey, and then it's like they always pick jobs where they're probably the custodian. They might be the one that runs the hotel, or hey, the venue. And it's like, yo, why do you got the damn job where you're going to be seeing people and meeting people and greeting people, and you're just it's like the whole external doesn't even match the job description, doesn't even match with the activity or whatever they involve themselves in. Now, that's just an opinion on that note. But here's the thing, okay, getting back, is that they withhold affection, see, in the bedroom. So when you want to get all lovey-dovey, you want to, you know, get romantic with the Capricorn, guess what? They have the tendency to withhold affection. And it's odd because they will want to have it on their terms. And it could be, oh, they might listen to a song, because it could be something like a celebrity, Michael Jackson or something. Next thing you know, she's listening to that Michael Jackson, trying to quote all the lyrics. She's like, yo, I got all his albums. And she would literally want to sleep with you over something like that. Or, oh, if let's say you look like Michael Jackson, or hey, you got a Michael Jackson song, or any little thing that little thing can make her want to do something at the most odd hour. But when you want to do something with her, nope. She could be the type. She could be the type of I can't say all those words on here, you guys, but she could be a complete BI, and y'all finish the rest, to where she could literally have on lingerie and still won't do nothing. And it's like she really is the type to, like, when it comes to BDSM and those type of things, she's the type of person that will literally try to have you chained up or locked up into something to where you can't do something when you want to take your will away. But and where she calls all the shots, that's the type of woman she could be, yes. And the thing about it is, don't expect the Capricorn to apologize, because they're not going to do it. Hell, my grandfather never apologized to my father. And my dad has all kind of horror stories that his dad did to him as a kid. Not physically, just the type of stuff that, hey, he was doing to the mother. All kinds of traumatic type of stories that I'm not going to share. But just so you know, it's that bad. Now, another thing is that they have prideful apologies. So it's almost like you're not even apologizing. You don't really care. It's not a sincere apology. So they could be very prideful when it comes to that. Another thing is that they rarely admit when they're wrong. See? So this is a complete demon. They always on demon time. There ain't no, off time and no couple days off from being demonic. It's 24/7. That's why in tarot they are called the devil. See? So when the devil shows up, you already know what time it is. See? Now, another thing is that they care more about their career than their relationship, which is a big problem. See? So don't think that, oh, because you want to get all lovey-dovey, you want a honeymoon, not for a man, but I'm saying, let's say, even if you are a man and you want to go travel, go to Las Vegas for the weekend and just do things. If she has her career, she's a stylist or whatever her career is, she is not going to take time off to just spend with you, dude. Nope. She's the type of woman that have you pack your stuff and go with her along the way. Hey, rent a hotel out for the night because I'm working 7 days this week. It's like, oh, now you're her little fan that follows her around. So be very careful with that. Another thing is that they trust slowly, see? And that it could be a little too slow. So it's like, damn, you still don't trust me? Damn, you still don't trust me? And they'll still be testing you silently. And then it's almost like you're not getting nowhere with them. You could do so many great things for them, with them, and it still ain't enough. So just know that they trust very slowly. Another thing is that they calculate friendships. See, a lot of times they utilize their friends as what? Business partners. See, they might boss you around. They might act as if they're your boss. Could you imagine working 2 damn jobs, one with your friend and one that you have to work? That's what it could be. That's what it'll feel like. You'd be like, damn, dude, you acting like you my damn manager, man. Dude, calm down, bro. Pipe down. And you got to be careful because that's the attitude that they carry. Another thing, too, is that they distrust easily. See, you could do something and, hey, especially if they had no whiff of it and all of a sudden they just don't trust you. It could be that you could just sneeze the wrong way. All of a sudden a Capricorn don't trust you no more. Just that you could do any small little thing. Remember, the rules and restrictions are not in your favor with Capricorn. See, they are the goat, the Baphomet, the devil. See, another thing too is that they use favors as leverage. See, oh, you could do, hey, they could do a favor for you, but then you should, hey, when they want something, hey, they're gonna make sure you run, jump, hit a backflip, drive the boat, take them across the town, go fishing, cut the fish, fillet it. It's like, damn, dude, I just asked you to take me to the store. Now you asking me to do all this stuff. And then you want to determine my loyalty, whether or not I do that for you. And if I don't, oh, you're a bad person. That's why I say the rules are always in their favor. It's not benefiting you. See, another thing is that they use the guilt trip subtly. So it's like instantly you feel bad. Like they'll put you in a situation where they'll try to make it seem like, oh, I didn't fix your car because you kept calling me, you kept sweating me and bugging me about it. Like, dude, my freaking, you might feel like, damn, man, my antifreeze was leaking, dude. Come on, man, give me a break. It's like, damn, of course you're going to call somebody maybe 5-10 times if something's really, wrong with your vehicle and they're a mechanic, but they can really get aggravated and upset with you when you really need them. So don't expect, you cannot rely on a Capricorn, in other words. Now, another thing is that they have a business mindset in love. So it's always transactional love that happens when they are married. So they look at you according to what you make. They might not marry you because you work in a deli. They might marry you only because you're a registered nurse and they know, oh, you might get some Skype and pay or, hey, some extra benefits or something that they can benefit off of. Maybe they want to buy a new semi truck to sell their ice cream, or just for example, they might want something business related from you and they know, oh, you can afford it. So that's what I'm saying. They might not be the type of person to marry a deli, lunch lady, but they'll marry a lady that that has her own lunch lady business, or someone that has a little bit more pay. Okay. Now, another thing is they will ghost you, or I would say they can ghost you to punish you. Yes. See. And it's funny because they really don't have any energy to give anyway, but just to take themselves away from a person, it could be a day or, 2 weeks, but they'll ghost, see? Just to play with your mind, just to aggravate you, play with your emotions. Another thing is that they pretend not to care, see? So imagine being with one for 10 years and then all of a sudden something happens, you guys stop talking, and then they can just act like, oh, none of that mattered. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't meaningful. So that's another thing. So there's like, you could feel like complete SHIT in the regard to that. Now, another thing is that they're very hard to read because of their, them putting so much focus on hiding the very thing of their cards, keeping it close to them and not revealing their hand. Another thing is they have a stoic face. So it's very hard to read any emotions there according to how they look, see? Or what their face, there's no facial expression to go off of to read anything. They don't show their cards. They keep secrets forever. So if they do something, they're never going to share it or tell it like it was, okay? Another thing is that they judge quietly. So even if they are quiet, they're going to make a judgment call quietly. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to, you won't even know they have done so. That's the problem. That's the crazy thing, that they already may have their mind made up regarding something that goes on between the two of you. Also, they are emotionally detached when they make decisions. See, so don't think that they have the situation well thought out. It's like, nope, they can literally say no and have no real valid reason why. See, and they're not going to explain. Another thing is that they're very power driven. They are obsessed with status. Another thing is that they have more focus on their reputation, and they can lie calmly. This is why, listen, this is the most dangerous zodiac sign. Let me tell you, the most vicious zodiac sign, ranked number 1, Capricorn. Because listen, this is the type of person that can lie to you. I'm talking about may never talk to nobody. And then when they do say something, they say it in such a calm, just like relaxed, shoulders down, not tense. Just way to where people believe them when they're actually lying. See? Isn't that what the devil does? And it's like they come in a form that they know that you will be what? That you at least expect them to do something dirty or lie, and it could be about the top tier of topics, of situations, to the low down dirty. See? And then what I mean by that is that it could be they can lie about something small or something big. See? There is no in between. There's no feeling of, oh, that was a bad lie. They don't care, in other words. So they could be very competitive, see? Another thing is that they like to keep their options open. So you will probably get cheated on. They probably might have, 3, 4 wives. Not at once, but hey, maybe overseas. But I'm saying as far as they may have married 3 times and it didn't work. And then, hey, they get married again and then again and again and again. So, they compartmentalize their emotions. They like to be in control of their finances. They are slow to forgive. See, slow to forgive, more willing to hold, resentment towards others, unforgiveness, and like to be able to bring up something that happened and have no damn intentions on fixing it. In other words, another thing is they like to use sarcasm. Okay. So if you ask a Capricorn something, they might give you a sarcastic answer. Hell, they might even say, don't come around me if you can't take a joke. And it's like, dude, those are not jokes. Those are insults. And it's like they just play with your mind. They do all this bullshit to play with your mind. And it's like, well, who are you? Like, what are you? Are you human or are you a damn freaking demonic entity? Which they are, because that you would literally say, damn, how can a person be so cold-hearted? Like they can leave you stranded, Let's say they fix cars. We're gonna use that as an example. You could be stranded, you could be sick, and they might have a degree in that. They might have a degree in not in sick in being sick. I'm saying they may be able to fix your situation, rescue you, but they won't. They would not listen. A Capricorn is sick. Listen, the only way they'll help you is if they want to. How often does that happen where, oh, I want to help you, here I come? You can really need them, and guess what? They would not show up for you. You could be their brother, their sister, their grandma, grandfather. Family ties doesn't matter. Friendships don't matter. Money matters. See? But here's the thing, they can get greedy and they can overcharge you. They can lie to you and say, oh, you're stranded, what's going on? And you tell them, hey man, my car got stuck. And then all of a sudden when they pull up on you, they might push your car up and down and be like, yeah, man, your struts are shot, man. That's why you're stranded. You need new struts. And then the way they say it is, it's like a actor in a movie. It's like, man, your struts are shot. And they say it in such a way to you be like, what, for real? Really? Yeah, you hear that noise? You hear that? It's not supposed to tick. If you listen a little quietly, you can hear it. And you're like, and then you might hear something like a little, you know, a little scrape noise, and then be like, a Capricorn say, see, you hear that? You're like, yeah, you need struts, dude. You need struts. And I can't do it tomorrow. And it's like, well, they might be like, yo, me and my old lady, we got dinner going on tonight, so or tomorrow night, and I can't do it tomorrow, and I'm not free on the weekend, so it's gonna have to wait till next Monday, like after I'm done. So if I have time, I'll let you know, and you can call me. And it's like, you just told me I needed struts, and now you're unavailable. It's like, why did you even tell me I needed that? Now I'm screwed, right? Here's the problem. You cannot believe them. See? You cannot believe them. What you got to say, what you have to do is match them, match their energy. See? And say, no, well, I don't think it's the struts. But hey, but thanks, man. Thanks. And cut their ass off and don't talk to them no more. See? Because listen, the Capricorn knows what's really going on. You probably just got stuck because it was just too much damn snow, man. There wasn't no damn struts. He just wanted to make some money off you, but he was being manipulative about it. Because if he tells you, listen, the Capricorn is so focused, laser focused, but you don't see it. And if they want to make some money, they can really fool you by saying, oh, you need something, but I'm not available tomorrow. I'm not available Friday. I'm not available this day. But next week, maybe so, right? Here's the thing. He knows that you might just wait for him. And then, oh, you're a fool because you believed him. Well, think about it. If you needed stress that damn bad, why would somebody tell you I can't get to it? Why would they tell you, and why would they say, well, I can't get to it till next week? Because you don't need them. You don't need the struts. They need the money. That's why I said they make they create shit to pay them. That's what they're good at. They're good at getting the dollar, getting the money, getting paid, and they will make up anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you look at Capricorn, you got to understand that this is the Baphomet. This is the Baphomet is the demon, the devil, the one that's, you know, if you guys look at the Baphomet symbol, so they can literally, they have ties to the lust. Everything on this earth, they have ties to it, to where they can literally get money out of a situation so quick, to where they can say anything and it's almost like, boom, next thing you know, somebody is handing them a dollar bill. And they just, it's like they summoned it. They manifested that money. It's like it just said something. Oh, you need something. Boom. Next thing you know, they're getting paid for it, for nothing. That's how evil and just, man, I'm telling you, Capricorn is not, they're worse than Scorpio. That now, you know, Hey, when it comes to Scorpio being the underworld, the god of the underworld, listen, Capricorn is way worse. Way worse. Because listen, well, at least with Scorpio, the difference is that there's some emotion to work with. See? With Capricorn, there's none. See? There's none, so you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't really know what type of person this person is. They're not giving you anything to go off of. See? Now, another thing is they're very, I put it like they're very cold when they're angry. See? That's another thing. So this type of anger is not loud, explosive like Aries. It's not impulsive. It's hidden to where you don't even know. You didn't even realize they were angry. There was nothing to go off of. So when they sit there and blow your brains out now, oh, nobody knows why, what happened, you know, you don't even have time to react. You didn't even see it coming. Another thing is that with Capricorn, they're quick to pull the trigger as well, just so you know. See, another thing is that they could be a workaholic. They're all, you know, where they pick up, you know, hog all the overtime at the job. Nobody else can grab it. They might have shitloads of overtime, and it's like, dude, let somebody else have some overtime, dude. It could be a woman, and she has all the damn overtime. Every time something drops, oh, you know, she might be the type of woman or man that, hey, picks up shifts, picks up other people's shifts, is willing to work Christmas, after Christmas, before Christmas. Like, damn, dude. They just want all the damn money, you know? Now, another thing is that they like to push boundaries. This is a big one. So imagine you lock the front door, you lock the back door, you made sure nobody could come through the attic. But guess what? You didn't, but the Capricorn is the burglar, is the one that pops the lock off the front door, walks right on in. Oh, you thought nobody could get in the top? The Capricorn knew exactly what to do to get in the attic. See? A lot of them are, listen, a lot of Capricorns might be the GTA, you know, the ones that break into cars and steal radios and subsystems out the trunk. And you like, damn, I had a $1,000 club on my car. Hey, I had a remote start. Damn, I had a brace or some type of bracket that was to prevent car theft. Man, a Capricorn, bro. This is the type of person that doesn't need a degree. They don't need no long list, laundry list of how to get through a lot. Man, listen, a Capricorn can literally take apart a BMW and put it back together. Just with this. Just with this. Just with this. That's dangerous. That's dangerous when you don't even know. Listen, they can take a Harley apart and know what each part is and what it does and put it back together. No school, no education, no none of that. Self-taught. See? To where you be like, damn, if this person could put a Harley together and take it apart, take a transmission out, put another one in, and have no college education, what would they do to you? Take your transmission out and put another one in? Recalibrate, reconstrue what? Your mental process about whatever it is, change your mind on several different factors? You got to be careful with Capricorn, bro. It's no joke. Another thing is that they plan exits early. So if they're going to leave a situation, oh, they will have their flight booked before you even catch the whiff that they bought a ticket. They might be the type of hey, they might divorce you on Monday and then they be book it off somewhere, hey, the next day. And you will have no idea that they even played it like that. Another thing is they're loyal but conditional. So they may be loyal only based on certain conditions. See? Another thing is that they can manipulate through silence. So this is the one that takes the cheese off the mousetrap. And you like, damn, how did he even do that? You have to open your mind. You have to have an abundance mindset. You have to open your mind when you're dealing with a Capricorn, because anything can happen. See, anything can happen. You can't trust them just off the facial expression that they give you, just off the bright smile. And, you know, they might be charismatic. They might have a type of smile that only a type of that a baby can have or something, to where they may look like that, but they're not like that. They're very snakish, you know, alligator teeth, to where, yeah, they'll get you. See, they can be clean cut, always have their hair cut, always have the latest, greatest, you know, matching outfit, smell good, and literally can fool you just off of that. You might be caught up in and distracted by just that alone, where inside of them, like I say, is a monster, a demon. Now, another thing is that when they're observing, what are they observing about you and others? Your weaknesses. Now, it's one thing to be observant for many different factors, but if you're just so focused on others' weaknesses, then that means you got a motive. So that's why I'm telling you, when they become laser focused, when they're observing you, that's exactly what they're tuning in on, is your weaknesses. It's cold-blooded. We oftentimes we're taught to what? Study our enemies. So when you are a Capricorn and you're doing this, others don't even realize it. They're like, yo, I didn't know you were watching me to see when I slip and fall, or when I make a mistake, or to find out, oh, where I'm vulnerable at. They don't play fair. See, another thing is they like to bottle up their emotions. They like to test your strength constantly, see, to see how strong you are. They care about pride over love. Another thing is that they don't reveal jealousy. So it's gonna be very hard to depict, or whether or not, or to discern whether or not they are jealous about something or someone. Now, another thing is that they give strategic compliments. So they might compliment you on your shoes or something that you may have, but just know that they're doing so to maybe, you know, for that situation to go, you know, go along with whatever they have in store for you, if that makes sense. Another thing is that they, when it comes to revenge, they're in it for the long game. See, another thing is they could be emotionally guarded. They are rarely vulnerable. Like I say, they like to keep the score, very calculated, and they always calculate outcomes, see? So they could pretty much gauge how something is going to end, see? By calculating how, you know, basically when it starts. Now, does a Pisces and a Capricorn work as a couple? Okay, it only can work if the Capricorn respects a Pisces' feelings. And also, if a Pisces respects the ambition of a Capricorn, it can work. The communication stays open, and there's no silent punishments being given by the Capricorn. Now, if it's I say this, it will fail if the Capricorn shuts down emotionally, if the Pisces feels neglected, if pride you know, gets in the way. And hey, those pride battles, if they start, it's not going to work. The control versus the sensitivity clashes that could happen, definitely it will fail. Now, can Capricorn be trusted? Now, this is a big one. Now, someone, a subscriber asked me this question: can a Capricorn be trusted? Now, the thing about it is, yes, they can be. They can. But only once they're loyal, okay? Once they're loyal, because definitely a Capricorn could be very loyal, but they're slow to open up, if that makes sense. See? And they always test you first before they even decide that they're going to do anything or open up. So remember that. Now, the red flags to look for is if the Capricorn is secretive about money. See, that's what you got to watch out for that. If they are emotionally unavailable, if they avoid deep conversations with you, if they use silence as a punishment, or if they're overly using strategic behavior. That's something that will be a red flag. And as you guys know, as I said with Pisces and your intuition, when you see red flags, you are to take caution immediately. Like, you cannot take the risk of looking at a red flag and ignoring it. Now, another thing is why does Capricorn lie so well? Like, because a lot of people don't know this about the Capricorn lies from the rest of the zodiacs. Capricorn has you think Libra got some slick lies. You might think Pisces got some slick lies. No, the cake goes to Capricorn. Capricorn lies. You don't even, man, listen. You can't even read or detect when they're lying. That's how they lie so well. I'm going to tell you how they do this. Because they have no emotion when they express things. So when you take the emotion out of expression, this is how people can't tell. They can't tell whether or not you're lying or not because there's no emotion. See? So they apply what? Low emotion to what to how they deliver things to you. See? Another thing is they have a calm tone. See? A calm, cold demeanor on the exterior. They minimize the details. And they also have a poker face. See? But I'm gonna make a video and tell you guys how to discern someone that has a poker face. See? How to uncover, how to take that take it off and throw it away, stomp on it to where they can't even use it. Now, another thing is that the Capricorn, they don't over-explain. See? They make the lies believable because they don't add the little seasonings to it that others do. Now, the pride level is on 10. When you see, there's levels to this stuff, man. The pride level is worse than the damn Leo. The pride level of a Capricorn is extremely high. See? So how does this show up? Well, they won't apologize first. Nope. They hate looking weak. They avoid emotional talks. They pretend like they don't care. See? Now we can ask ourselves, why is all this happening? Because the ruling planet, of course. As you guys know, Capricorn is ruled by what? Saturn. The planet of discipline, karma, control, restrictions, long-term strategy. See? That's why they feel cold. That's why they feel cold and serious all the time. See? Let me see. Anybody say something else? Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's see. DMC said you got a Capricorn family blood is quicker than water. But or you said thicker than water. I think that's what you're trying to say. But relatives can't turn on you quicker than strangers, even those. Said, yo, Pisces, I could just dream life. What do you say? Live my life. It's like the hero be the villain. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Appreciate that, Daniel. Yeah, definitely. See, Misty said, I saw a Capricorn for a short time. He asked for money. What the F was that? Yeah, they will ask for money. Definitely. Yeah, we are supposed to build each other up. Yes, definitely. Like I say, I have to, the reason I'm talking about this is because there's a lot of questions and not enough answers that are online regarding what I'm explaining. And see, the thing about it, you wonder why in tarot when the Capricorn is brought up, is depicted as the devil, and it's for a reason. See, so this is what I'm breaking down to y'all, that this is not the type of sign that is all, you know, friendly and, you know, what others may feel that, oh, they are, you know. And a lot of times if they are friendly, it's strategically done. See, they want something. They want you to do something for them. It's never them just being authentic and just saying, oh, this is who I am and I'm just going to be a friendly person. No, I've never seen a friendly Capricorn, ever. And if they were friendly, it only lasts for a moment. It's like, oh, it was some intent behind it. See? Now, another thing is that when it comes to, okay, so then we're going to go into the next thing now. People oftentimes okay, so a lot of people may be misunderstood by thinking that Capricorn's energy, when it comes to Saturn, they think it's slow and, slow and patient. They think that, Capricorns are patient and slow. Everything's all, you climb the mountain type of thing. But here's the thing. It's more like Saturn basically is time pressure, okay? And fear of wasting time. That's what really is happening here. So you got someone who is serious enough to know that, hey, time is of the essence. And hey, I don't have time to play around, mess around. And that's the attitude of a Capricorn. Now, that's why Capricorns, they weirdly feel both. See, they feel slow and rushed at the same damn time. See, this is why they can't create any emotion. See, because they feel slow and rushed at the same damn time. Could you imagine somebody waking up feeling slow and rushed at the same damn time? It's like, yo, I ain't even got time to think. I ain't even got time to feel. I just got to throw my clothes on and go to work or just get up and go. They never have time. They never make time for themselves to feel anything. See, that's the problem. It's not that they don't have emotions. It's just that they don't know how to use them correctly. Now, I'm going to break it down, okay? Does Saturn make Capricorn rush things? Okay, yes. But it's mentally, see? Not physically. That's the difference. Now, as we know, Saturn rules what? Time, karma, deadlines, consequences, aging, scarcity, or however you say it, and survival. See? So, when it comes to Capricorn lives, they have these subconscious thoughts. And these subconscious thoughts, how they look like, oh, if I don't build something now, then I'll fall behind. That's their fear. See? So they go into every single dynamic with this type of thinking. Relationships, friendships, group settings, no matter what it is, if it's in involving someone else, they have this mindset. If I don't start something now, I'll fall behind. See? So that creates internal urgency within a Capricorn, not emotional urgency, if that makes sense. So what ends up happening is that Capricorn doesn't rush emotionally. They rush life with a strategy. See that, if that makes sense. Now, example of this would be rushing to what? Secure money, rushing to get a stable career, rushing to lock down status, rushing to win, rushing to protect reputation, and rushing to cut off wasted time and people. See? So Pisces is like, what? Let's vibe. Let's just vibe. Tomorrow's not promised. And see, Capricorn is like, we don't have time for vibes, Pisces. What's the plan? See? The difference? This is why they bump heads. Because, Capricorn is like, I don't have time to vibe. I don't have time to play around. And Pisces is like, yo, tomorrow's not promised. What are you working so hard for? When you're probably working so hard for someone else. See? And another thing is that this mismatch, this is why you feel pressure around them, you guys. Pisces, this is why you feel pressure. This is why I felt the pressure. See? Because they have this, I got to get something done type of thing going on. See? And they are like this all the time. It's like there's no breaks. There's no, let's just chill type of moments. Even when they have reached that status, they still act like that. See, another thing, when it comes to why Saturn makes them feel behind all the time, it's because Saturn energy feels like life is hard. See, for Capricorn, nothing is guaranteed. See, you must earn everything. Rest is dangerous. See, and trust is risky. Now, so they live in a survival mode 24/7. This will allow you to better understand your Capricorn friend, husband, wife, or whoever you may know that's a Capricorn. Now, even when nothing is wrong, that a Capricorn can behave like that. See? And that's why Capricorns, they look serious. They don't relax easily. They always thinking 10 years ahead. and they can't just chill like a Pisces. See? So why are Capricorns called the devil? I just told you guys, and I'm going to tell you another thing. It's symbolic. It's not in a regard of evil. See, it's a more of a symbolism. Now, people hear that and they think, oh, Capricorn is bad. They automatically assume that, you know, but no, it's deeper than that. See, to go more in depth, Capricorn is the devil archetype. Now, that doesn't mean that a Capricorn is evil. I just want to put the disclaimer out there. But there still is temptation, materialism, power, control, bondage to the physical world. Notice I said bondage to the physical world. So what that basically means for a Pisces is that a Pisces is what? Connected to the soul, the spirit, dreams. Capricorn is connected to money, reality, survival, and structure. See? So Capricorn represents the world of flesh. See? Not soul. They are connected to the flesh, the work, the responsibility. So the devil label means what? An attachment to the material world. And also another example is that why do you think the Capricorn is obsessed with money, status, control, and just, hey, they would rather work over love. They rather have power over feelings. See, and to a Pisces is more spiritual. They are more of a spiritual sign. And see, to a Pisces, Capricorn feels cold or dark. See? So Pisces subconsciously sees Capricorn, and a Pisces is saying to themselves, why are you so heartless? See? Remember I said when I was looking at that Capricorn, I'm like, where's the energy source? There's no life source here. But Capricorn sees Pisces, and they are saying to themselves, why are you so unrealistic? See? Now, with Capricorn, why does Capricorn feel emotionally cold to Pisces? Because Saturn energy also has what? It has, and it put it like this. When it comes to Saturn energy, it's because of the emotional restrictions, okay? They don't feel like they can feel anything. They feel like it's a problem. It's dangerous to feel anything. See? And remember I said, everybody has feelings and emotions, whether we want to admit them or not, both male and female. You just got to know how to have mastery, self-mastery. You got to know how to control your emotions. That's because everybody has them. You cannot let them get out of control. Now, the problem here is that Saturn energy makes it difficult for a Capricorn to feel emotions. So that it's almost like they have emotional restrictions. Now, they don't overshare. Capricorns, they don't overshare. They don't cry easily. They don't trust easily. They don't show weakness easily. So it's not because they don't feel, it's because Saturn taught them. See, Saturn taught them this. And see, that's why this is why they have no emotion. Now, another thing, Saturn taught Capricorn that feelings get you hurt. So you need to control yourself. See? So now that I just told y'all how this Capricorn and Pisces, how this dynamic works. Now when you look at Capricorn, you can say to yourself, damn, why would you torment yourself so? Hey, you didn't even let the devil do it. You tormenting, Saturn has put restrictions on them. Oh, you can't do this. Because if you do this, you're going to fall behind. So they have this fear that, oh, I don't have time to play. I can't do anything. If I feel something, I'm going to get hurt. But here's the thing. You are not in control of anything. First off, this world is not yours. See? Now, let that sink in. So when it comes to feelings, you have to feel because you have no control. See how Pisces is the opposite of what Saturn teaches Capricorn? This is why y'all don't get along. This is why it's a mismatch. And see, Pisces is all about the open ocean. Capricorn is considered the frozen lake. See? So you can only imagine with a frozen lake, there's no movement, there's no life. If everything's frozen, what is there? There's nothing. See? So that tells you that same water, there's a different temperature. That's the difference with Pisces and Capricorn. That same water, there's a different temperature there. See? Now here's the real truth behind it. Is that Pisces and Capricorn are actually opposites, as we know, that balance each other. That's why I said it can work, but only when it's balanced. Now, Capricorn teaches Pisces discipline. Believe it or not, boundaries, money, reality. Pisces teaches Capricorn softness, empathy, faith, and emotions. But if either side is unhealed, then it's going to turn into what? Pisces, you're heartless, the back and forth, the fighting, the arguing. Oh, Pisces, you're heartless. Capricorn, you're naive. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's conflict. See? So that's the whole quick correlation of that in itself. Now, understand with Saturn, let's not forget, it makes Capricorn what? Strategic. And it basically makes them patient for a long term. If you want to look at it like it makes them patient long term, okay? So that's why they're not quick to do certain things due to those, emotional restrictions. Now, when it comes to the devil, just to sum this up to the whole correlation with the devil, remember it's the devil archetype, and it means material mastery, not evil behavior, okay? So low-key Pisces, your energy probably triggers them too. See, it's not always just a victim mindset or victim complex. Sometimes your actions can upset others as well, Pisces. So I'm going to tell you why. Because your intuition. See? And people don't often know that that's something separate. Even though it's within you, you can't disagree with it. It is so. It is what it is. So the intuition tells you something, you have to move on it. Why? Because that's your calculation, Pisces. See that? It can't be ran off the human brain of which it does for a Capricorn. And here's the thing, and Saturn hates what it can't calculate. So Saturn, if a planet hates just the intuition, damn, it will feel like, damn, the intuition feels like a planet too. See? But that just tells you how strong it is, because it's connected to your soul. Man, listen, bro. I just threw a gem at y'all. The soul is stronger. Listen, the soul is stronger than a planet. Your soul is, listen, a human soul is more precious and valuable than the damn planet, a celestial planet. See? That should tell you something. Saturn hates the intuition because it can't control it. And it wish it could to stop it. See? It's like, yo, you're doing too much. You know too much. Stop. You're making me look bad. See? So here's the whole correlation. Saturn doesn't really want Capricorn having any what? Smart friends. Doesn't really want Capricorn having fun with Pisces because of the intuition. It's cold-blooded. It's like Saturn's like, yo, Capricorn, you better not go out there hanging out with those Pisces unless they are willing to give up the intuition. Because if you do it, God darn it, you ain't going to get what you wanted. You ain't going to get some type of fleshly, lustfully type of woman that you wanted. Your old lady, I'll take that from you now. Don't you go out there being friends with those Pisces and those intuitions. I hate those son of a guns, And here's the thing. That's why they sometimes get weird with you. That's why Capricorns get weird with you. You don't even know why you're fighting. You're like, yo, he's supposed to be my homie. Why are we fighting? See? And here's the thing. This becomes what? Defense mechanisms versus what? Survival behaviors. See? So, and every sign has these. So another thing is that I'm not demonizing Capricorn. I put a disclaimer that, hey, I was just letting you guys know deeper, more in depth for you guys to, you know, understand Capricorn and Pisces as a couple, and hey, their differences, and hey, I said it could work when everything's balanced. So this wasn't a video, this wasn't a live segment about demonizing Capricorn or Pisces. Now, understand that the dark side is different. I didn't speak on the dark side. Now, the dark side is different. Now, here's another thing. When it comes to Capricorn, they just look more colder and strategic. So it feels scarier to be around them. It's cold-blooded, see? Now, another thing is that as a Pisces, you are super intuitive and you have the empathy, which is connected to the emotional realm of things. So you feel that energy 10 times stronger, Pisces, when you are around a Capricorn. And you know that it feels scary, but only because of what? The ending. See, that's why Scorpio, when Scorpio is doing too much, Pisces, you are trying to stop Scorpio. And you're trying to tell them what they're doing to avoid the ending. But did you know that a Pisces helps Scorpio sting himself to death when he don't listen, when she don't listen? Because there's a difference between transformation and transcendence. See? You could transform all day, but guess what? You could still die. What's the point of using all that power just to be, what, 6 feet under? There's no, see, helping you sting yourself, you was going to do that anyway. So how powerful could you have possibly been? Only in darkness, not in the light. See, that's where you know there's a limit. There's a limit there. And that's the problem. Scorpio, if a Scorpio gets into it with a Pisces, it's because they don't want to come out the darkness. See, Pisces grabs the stinger of Scorpio and it's like, look, man, I'm about to show you the light, whether you want to see it or not. And Pisces tries to snatch Scorpio out of the darkness to see the light. Problem is, Scorpio doesn't want to come out that darkness. See? Because it feels what? Scary. It feels scary to the Scorpio. They don't feel comfortable. They don't feel what? They don't feel in control. See? So if a Scorpio doesn't, if they can't be in control, they would rather die. That's just how that's so crazy that damn, they're willing to die for that control. They're willing to die for that darkness. See? So that's the whole situation with Scorpio and Pisces, but this video is about Capricorn. Now, anyway, Capricorn, another thing is, I'm gonna give y'all a little bonus content. Capricorn dark side. Explain. I'm gonna talk about this. Okay. Now, this is more in relation to the Saturn energy. Capricorn, as we know, is ruled by what? Saturn. Now, another thing with the dark side, Capricorn, as I mentioned before, just like the light side, time, karma, control, structure, consequences, survival, the hierarchy. Okay. So the shadow side, it isn't about emotional chaos, but here's the thing, okay? So it's not about the emotional chaos. It's not like Pisces, okay? Now, it's more calculated control here. The calculated control requires a plan, see? And this is why the Capricorn doesn't explode. See, if you have a plan, you must carry it out. This is why you listen. And a lot of times, what are people what are people waiting for? They're waiting for the bomb to go off. They're waiting for the person to snap. They're waiting for that timely reaction. But when you're dealing with someone that is using the calculated control here, oh, it's coming with a plan. So there's no explosion, no exploding behavior whatsoever. That's why the Capricorn manipulation feels subtle and long term. See, because listen, why do you think, listen, the Capricorn is a strategic genius, because they know how something is, they can depict the outcome. They can basically predict the outcome and be right on the money with it. See? And the problem is that you won't even know they were manipulating the whole situation the whole time, man. That's the problem. They could do this subtly to where it's like, damn, I didn't even know this person had their hand in it. See? Now, another thing with the dark side traits, okay, is just know, as a disclaimer, a healthy Capricorn won't do these things that I'm about to mention, okay? Just so we get that out the way. Now, if they're unhealed, their behavior could be silent treatments. Oh, yeah. And they could use these as punishments for others. How does this look? Well, hey, they could just stop talking to you until you what? Learn a lesson. See how it's long term? It's like, oh, I'm going to just stop talking to you till you learn a lesson. Not learn your lesson, learn a lesson. It's a difference. Man, that's just terrible, right? Another thing is they could withhold support. They won't help you unless it benefits them. Everything that you could possibly think of selfish related, hey, it could get worse than that. Transactional love, which I mentioned, with this one, like I said, it's more like, oh, if I did this for you, you owe me. So you can only imagine. They can have the status shaming. Dark side can make you feel small, and it's for not being successful enough like them. Now, or even if it's not about them, they could say, oh, they could do this to make you feel small in a way that, oh, just you not being successful in general, okay, enough. Now, it doesn't have to be according to how successful they are. Now, another thing is they could be strategic with friendships. So that means that they can only keep people useful, they could keep people close to them that are, going to help them climb a situation. Now, I knew this girl that she worked in a business, and she moved up very quickly. I don't know what she did to get up there with the big dogs, but she ended up making like a ton of money without a college degree at some type of business that she worked her way up. But let her tell it, and she was bragging and telling me how, oh, I make about $60 an hour working in this business. And she's like, I moved up, and she said, oh, I work from home, a bunch of other things that didn't have nothing really to do with what I'm saying. But yeah, it was like, damn, how did you move up? And what she did was a lot of ass kissing, a lot of boss favors and whatnot. And to me, it's like, see, people will frown upon that and say, damn, you must have slept your way to the top. And a lot of times that could be the case. Now, another thing is that could also be them keeping certain people to use to climb. So even if they find someone and they're very strategic, so let's say they realize that, oh, one of the owners is single, they're gonna be trying to they're gonna be trying to sleep with that single old man that's in charge, because they know the manipulation behind it, that long term they might just start making more money and get the position that they want. But they see this single old man walking around, and he's, even if he's looking and staring at the at the body, body parts of hers. And then she's like, yo, I could just sleep with this guy and then I can, start making more money and get the position and hours I want. And hey, I have money for the kids and, we can do stuff together with the kids. And it's like she's thinking about herself and her, her family, her children and their future. But she'll do whatever it takes. So it's like in those most, situations that you got to look at. Now, another thing is that he or she will use emotional coldness. So they could pretend like they don't care to maintain power in the relationship or friendship or whatever it may be. They could use guilt as leverage. So that means that they may feel like, oh, I sacrificed so much for you. And all of a sudden they want you to do so in return. They could, some of them like to play the boss energy. So what this looks like is they could treat the relationship like a job or hierarchy. Another thing is they like to hoard information. So they may keep secrets to maintain control. Another thing is they have patient revenge. It's not the sudden revenge like some, like Scorpio. So a lot of times they will wait months, years to get even with you. It might be an old situation about an argument that you guys once had, and all of a sudden 10 years later, it's like now they want to fight about it. Another thing is they could be obsessed with their public image. So they're willing to lie to protect their reputation. Another thing is they like to, choose their career over people. So they may, drop relationships for opportunities, especially if something is getting in the way of their work schedule. Oh yeah, they'll be quick to let you go, get rid of you, dump you, whatever it takes to just to have their mind free to be able to go to work. If they feel like something is going to stop them from working, their shifts or whatever it may be, they definitely will drop you. Another thing is they may use financial manipulation to where, oh, they control the money, and you already know what that's going to do. If they control the money, they're going to control the people. See, it goes from controlling money to controlling people. Now, another thing is when it comes to sabotage, they could do this passively. Okay, so they may forget to help you when you succeed. See, but they do it on purpose. Another thing is as I mentioned, about the light side of Capricorn or the hill. Now, with the testing of loyalty, with the dark side, they can do this constantly. Okay, so they can make you feel like you got to prove yourself in everything 24/7. Another thing is they could pretend to have, indifferences with you and others. So, hey, they only will be nice to you when it's useful for them. Another thing is that when it comes to kindness, they rather, show this in a more calculated sense. So with this, it's like, oh, they're only nice when it's okay. So they're only nice when it's useful. Now that was for that one. Okay, so the other one that I missed to say that I skipped over is that when it comes to the indifferences, so when they pretend to do this, they want you to chase them. So just know that that's just how it's done. Now, the next one is power games. Now, believe it or not, yes, they love to play those power games. And why are they doing this? Because they want to make those subtle dominance moves, okay? They want to be in control of the situation to maintain power. Now, another thing that they're capable of is blame shifting. So with this, it's always going to be like, oh, it's your fault. And then they might say, it's your fault, and hey, I acted cold about the situation. Or they might say it's you. So definitely can use deflection here. And they could be hypercritical of others. So what this could do to you, what you got to be careful with, is that they could break your confidence slowly. See, now the manipulation style versus Pisces. Okay, so when you a Pisces, okay, you definitely, if you any zodiac sign that tries to use manipulation against a Pisces is going to clash with them. Okay, obviously. Now, Pisces manipulates the emotions. Is capable of manipulating the emotions, and it's usually unintentional. Because listen, when a Pisces manipulates, they don't even know they're doing it. It's almost like someone's watching behind the fence, at the bank, behind the behind the little teller's little window, and they're literally paying attention to you, and you're doing it. It's like, yo, somebody might tell you, yo, you're being manipulative. You know that. And it's like Pisces is like, what? I am? Really? Wait a minute. You're kidding. Because a Pisces can't believe it. Like, yo, me manipulating? And that's the thing with a Pisces is, listen, a Pisces is a water sign. So if you put your hand in warm water, you can feel its temperature, right? Put your hand in cold water, you can feel its temperature. Problem is that a Pisces could get too relaxed, too chill, too, feeling good, and all of a sudden they could just be, hey, they could do something manipulative, say something manipulative, and all of a sudden it's like water. It's like a Pisces don't even realize that they're doing it. It's like they're just flowing. And it's like, yo, they got to stop and just think back and look back and think like, yo, subconsciously, it's like, oh, damn, that probably, hey, that was manipulative what I said, but I didn't mean it like that. It's like a Pisces just thinks of it as, oh, I found a way to, creatively fix a situation. The kids were noisy. Then all of a sudden I said, yo, if you guys don't, settle down, you won't be able to pick a tree from the treasure chest. And then all of a sudden all the kids are like, okay, they're like, they stop making noise. And then it's like, what are you doing to your classroom? Why are the kids, so quiet today? It's like the Pisces is like, well, I told them if they don't be quiet, they're not going to get a tree from the treasure chest. And then someone's going to tell you, Pisces, you had to manipulate them to give them some, to control your classroom. And it's like, look, it's like a Pisces doesn't even look at it as being a bad thing, because it's like, yo, I had to do that because they were out of control. See, remember I said the story about the dog and its owner. The dog will never bite his owner that feeds him. See, it's like that would be stupid for a dog to bite his owner when he knows that that's where his meals are coming from. So yeah, if you have the bait, it's like, yo, you got to know that, hey, if I say sit, you're going to sit down. If I say roll, you're going to roll, because I have something you want and I know how to use it to my advantage. The Pisces doesn't see that as manipulation. The Pisces sees that as what? They see that as, oh, compassion. They see that as, oh, it's an exchange here. There's a merging, a connection. You're connected to me for something. I'm connected to you for something. Maybe mine for the pet is the cuddles. You chilling with me when I'm actually not feeling well. In return, you get treats, you get food, you get shelter. And that's a Pisces just has a different way, a different approach to it. I'm not saying that they're not manipulative, because yeah, some can be both dark and light. But sometimes the manipulation can be it's like it could be manipulation, but the Pisces they're not using it in such a way to hurt someone, if that makes sense. Now, another thing is, as I mentioned, Pisces manipulates emotionally, so is usually unintentionally done. So why is this? Because of the empathy, guilt, softness, disappearing. And see, with Capricorn, they manipulate structurally. That's why you have to know the difference. See, now, how is this done? How does a Capricorn manipulate structurally? It's through time, money, silence, and control. See, so you might feel like, oh, why does this feel like a chess match going on between you, Pisces, and Capricorn? Because it is. Because it is, yes, because it definitely is. So you got to understand that you never really find two chess players, being cool with each other. It's always a fight for dominance. It's like, yo, I beat you. No, I beat you 3 times. Hey, no, well, hey, let's go again. It's like it never ends. I've never seen two chess players just, let it end there. Oh, I beat you. It's always a rematch. It's always let's go again. And that's how Capricorn and Pisces are. Now, you might be the type of Pisces that you could be dating a Capricorn woman, and then you guys could break up, then get back together. Break up, get back together. 3 years go by, you right back together. Broken up again. Even if it's not even a relationship, it could just be you sleeping with her, or she's sleeping with him. It could just be, oh, you guys are, you guys used to mess around in high school. Next thing you know, 2 years later, you clap the cheeks again. Next thing you know, you broken up. Then you clap the cheeks. So it's always this back and forth of tug of war going on between the two of you. Now, the next thing is that when it comes to climbing to the top as a Capricorn, so when it comes to this, remember, it's all about hierarchy, okay? And know that when a Capricorn is trying to reach the top, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get to the top tier of whatever success is, okay? So it's not like, oh, I'm going to just go to college just to be, you know, something that's, you know, maybe it's something of the lower end. No, they're going to go to a school for something of the higher end. They might go to be a doctor. They may go do something that they know they're going to be paid, you know? And another thing is that Capricorn is also the mountain climber archetype, okay? So what does this mean? They represent what? Ambition, authority, legacy, and building something lasting or everlasting. Now, another thing is that moving from nothing, that could be the start of a Capricorn, meaning that, hey, coming out the mud, starting from scratch. Next you know, they want to move into power. And so coming from nothing, moving into what? Progression, power. Then after power, they expect to what? Move into status. And then after status, they expect to move into stability. See? So they hate being at the bottom, in other words. You'll never catch a Capricorn trying to be at the bottom tier, oh, the cashier forever, or be the bagger forever. They won't even apply for those type of positions on their application. They will always apply for the more, you know, manager, the CEO, or some type of position of a hierarchy, okay? So they hate being at the bottom. Now, what is the fear here with the Saturn energy back in the Capricorn is poverty, see, weakness, dependence, see. Now, they're always trying to what? Earn more, control more, secure more. So even if life is already good, they're still trying to get more. You know, it becomes a greed, see? So now we're going to talk about, because this is a question from a subscriber, asked me what is the depiction of Capricorn? Why is the Capricorn half goat, half sea creature, okay? Break it down for y'all, okay? So when it comes to my correlation is that Capricorn is the sea goat. Now, we all know that this is a mythical creature here, okay? Now, the top half is the goat. The bottom half is the fishtail, okay? So the meaning of this, let me break it down for y'all. For the goat part is what this represents is the earth reality, okay? The earth reality, it consists of the ambition, the climbing, the discipline, the survival, and the mountains, okay? Now, the fishtail is more related to the subconscious, meaning emotion. And it's funny here because this is what you don't see. You do not see the emotions of what? The Capricorn, which is the fishtail. Man, let me stop. I ain't even finna... Man, I've been going, man, listen, y'all ain't ready for this shit, man. Listen, man, y'all probably say, man, just stick to the Zodiac raps, man. It ain't no diabetes, don't worry, man. It says 0 sugar. Might have some type of sugar, but hey, on here it says 0. It ain't no diabetes over here, man. Now, the fishtail. This fishtail is the subconscious, okay? So when you look at a Capricorn, it's a reason why you don't see their emotion. There's a reason. But see, you got to know what it represents. Now, think about it. The fishtail represents the intuition, the ancient memory, and the hidden depth of the Capricorn. And see, most people miss this because why? Capricorn actually has water energy too. It could be confused as a sign of what? Duality. Man, let me stop. Y'all ain't ready for this, man. See, the problem is the Capricorn actually has water energy. So and I'm going to tell you why you don't know. Why you don't notice is because they bury it. They hide it. See, So you just think, oh, they're just an earth sign. But they hide their water. See, they hide their water energy. And see, what does that mean? They are emotionally deep, but emotionally repressed. See, when something is repressed, it's almost like, yeah, it's there, but you can't see it because they're hiding it. They're holding it back. This is why when you are around a Capricorn, you feel pressure. Pressure is when you're holding something and it has no room to flow. Now do you see why you don't? Now you see why every time you come around a Capricorn, why is it always pressure? Why can that person just be free? What's wrong with just smiling? What's wrong with being happy? What's wrong with expression? What's wrong with that? And here's the thing. The projection. The projection is here. Because listen, all Capricorn is, and I don't give a damn. Look, you're Capricorn, you're in the chat. This is for you. Listen, the Capricorn wants to project that it's not what it seems. See, it's not. It doesn't look how it seems, right? Or it doesn't seem how it looks, because they want to appear cold outside and soft inside. Whoo! Oh, but hey, you're not so tough after all, Capricorn. People like Real recognize Real just exposed you for who you really are. Cold outside. We can see that. We can feel that. Ooh, it's cold, but you're soft on the inside. And that's what is repressed by the Capricorn. They don't want. Remember I said, if you try to hide your emotions, it just means that you are emotionally vulnerable in the first place. That's why you have to hide it. So because you don't feel secure enough to just be what? Real. You don't want the flow. That's why this is listen, man. Go easy on them. Go easy on them. You're already putting belt to ass. Just, you know what? That's the thing with, see, you, Real, can you please just stop? Just go easy on them. No, hold me back. Hold me back. No, hold him back. Let me get him. Let me get him. Okay, so, you know what? I'm not, I don't even know why I did that, y'all. My fault. But yeah, why Pisces feel, okay, why does Pisces feel triggered by Capricorn? Another thing is that the open emotion, okay? You are the open emotion, Pisces. You don't have any exterior blockage, shield, armor. You are authentic. That's your armor. That's why nothing superficial can survive around you. It'll get dissolved. Now, think of this depiction, as I said, the best way I can now. Pisces, you are the open emotion. And why you feel triggered by Capricorn is because Capricorns are the controlled emotion. See? And I'm going to tell you a funny joke. Imagine a kid that gets a whooping for crying, gets a whooping for smiling, gets a whooping for showing any emotion. That's Capricorn. After getting whooped so many times, he just hides it. Oh, when he's happy, he doesn't show it. When he's sad, he just doesn't show it. When he's mad, he just doesn't show it. See the difference? Restrictions, repression. See, it's there. It's just that he wants to hide the water energy within him or her. They don't want you to see it. Because if you were to, you would see how weak they are. The one that needs the most control is the weakest link. See? The one that expresses their emotion is that's the dangerous one. See, the one that's open. Because listen, he's not afraid. He's not afraid of the whooping. Oh, you gonna whoop me because I'm laughing? I guess I'll be, I'll be laughing while I'm getting whooped. Oh, you want to spank me for, crying? Then I guess I'll be crying along the way while I'm getting whooped. If I'm angry, I'm gonna show it. And it's gonna be real. And you're gonna whoop me, I guess you're gonna be swinging the belt, whooping me, and I'm gonna still be what? Open with my emotions. Because that's me. Now, the thing about it is that controlled emotion, think about that with Capricorn. See, you Pisces, you're the type of person that's like, yo, let's talk about how you feel. Let's talk about feelings. How you feel about that? And the other person gets the floor, right? With Capricorn, it's more like feelings don't solve problems. See how ass backwards that is? And then it feels heartless to you, Pisces, but to them, it feels practical. See the difference? So you have a battle going on within itself. Now, if it's a healthy Capricorn versus the shadow, the healthy Capricorn, like I said, is loyal, protective, reliable, likes to build stability, keeps promises, works hard for the loved ones, and that in the soul. Okay. Now, the shadow side of a Capricorn is manipulative, emotionally distant, uses people, power obsessed, and cold. Okay. Now, Pisces has what? The healthy and shadow side too, as well as other signs. Now, healthy side of Pisces is considered the healer. The shadow side of Pisces is considered the victim and the escapist. Now, every sign has what? Both. Now, let's look at the truth from a Pisces perspective here. Your intuition triggers the Capricorn because you see through them. Let's keep it a buck. You see through them. Guess what else you see? You see the fake authority. You see the fake success, and you see the fake control. Capricorn hates being emotionally exposed. Man, see? Pisces sees through them, and guess how long it takes? Guess how long it takes a Pisces to see through a Capricorn? 5 minutes. Let that sink in. So, instantly, Pisces, this is why you feel the tension suddenly when you're around a Capricorn. 5 minutes. So once you see the Capricorn, you like, as soon as you, 5 minutes have passed, you're like, yo, I can't stand this motherfucker. I don't like this person. And see, that tension that happens, guess what? It's not hatred. No. You thought it was hatred. I bet you thought it, you guys in the chat, I bet you thought it was hatred. Nope. It's exposure. See, it's exposure. And you can only expose what is hidden. It don't matter what it is. Anything that's hiding from you is afraid, and fear is exposure. And Pisces, guess what? You do that automatically. That's cold-blooded right there. Another thing is that, let's go deeper. Hey, listen, man. As sharks, we don't stop swimming. Anyway, so yeah, we at the bottom. All you bottom feeders, shout out to you. Yay, yay. You know what? I'm not funny, man. I don't even know why I said that shit, man. But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Right? You get what I'm saying. Us sharks, we don't stop swimming, man. So if you can't go deeper, then why are you here? But anyway, Pisces, listen, the dynamics here. I'm going to tell you how to outmaneuver, outsmart a Capricorn's manipulation. I'm going to break it down to you in the simplest form. No fear. See? It ain't no fear. This is the one thing you got to get out of your mind is fear. This ain't no evil sign stuff. I'm just gonna give you guys just the real psychology with a little bit of astrological seasoning on it. Okay. Now, when you're a Pisces, you're not weak at all. See? Because low key, Capricorn is the only sign that secretly feels threatened by Pisces. Ooh, bet you didn't know that. And most people don't even realize this. Other astrologers, they'll never tell you this. They'll always lie and say, oh, Capricorn is the more dominant and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And see, Pisces and Capricorn, when you put these two together, there is a hidden power dynamic here. So think of it like this. Capricorn is the control of the outside world. Pisces is in control of the inside world. Now, Capricorn controls money, status, structure, systems, reputation, long-term planning. Pisces controls emotions, intuition, perception, energy, people's hearts, and spiritual influence. So the clash is through the material power versus the emotional power. See? So that tells you in the dynamic itself, there's a bumping of heads. Now, who actually has more power? I know this is going to be very controversial when I say this, but we're going to keep it real. So, real talk, let's look at it. In society, Capricorn wins in society. But in relationships, Pisces wins. See, I'm going to tell you why. Because Capricorn builds empires. Pisces influences what? Minds. Now, that influence is greater than the control. And see, a Capricorn can run the company. That's why I said in a societal sense, they can run the company, but Pisces can quietly make everybody love them more. Whoo! What's better, running a company or having everybody love you more? That's what makes the company last. Capricorn can start the business, run the business, hey, but can they keep the people? Can they keep the people happy? I knew a lady that she was the owner of GNC, health supplements and whatnot. And she literally told me like all this stuff, how she got the degree for this, degree for that, got this. She's running the business, but she couldn't keep nobody. She couldn't work when everybody hated her. See, when you start a business, you got to be able to keep people. Without the people, there's no business. See, now, another thing is that alone, it drives Capricorn crazy sometimes. Just when they observe and see Pisces, oh, everybody is hovering around the Pisces. They love them. They're asking about them when they're gone. That's a problem for Capricorn, and they will get jealous. Why Capricorn low-key can't read Pisces? I'm gonna tell her. I'm just getting warmed up, man. Look, man, you didn't sign up for this, and this is free. Hey, I'm just giving the sauce up. Let's put the belt to ass right now. See, I ain't get started yet. Now, why Capricorn low-key cannot read Pisces? Because Capricorn is because of your brain, man. Look at your brain. See, your brain shows me the proof. See, shows me the logic. Now, Pisces' brain is like this. I feel it. See? Now, Saturn. To create the depiction here of Saturn, let's look at it as Cap. Cap. You wonder why Cap is in the beginning. Oh, damn, I didn't really, wait a minute. Are you saying that it's Cap over logic? Oh, yeah. So, when you say it's all Cap, there is no logic, my guy. Just lies. See? And sheep clothing. That's the thing people miss. That's the answer right off the rip. See? Neptune is what? Is related to Pisces. And what does this give Pisces? Invisible intuition. So Pisces can see through the Cap. Man, let me stop, bro. You're doing too much. Hold them back. Stop it, man. You're going too far. Stop it. You're going too deep. Oh, let me get him. Let me get him. Let me get him. Let me get him. And see, here's the thing. When it comes to how does this make you look? How does this make you look, Pisces? It makes you look unpredictable. It makes you look mysterious. It makes you look hard to control. And it makes you slippery. Oh, my God, man. See, and here's the thing. Capricorn hates what they can't calculate. See, the mad scientist, he's, I can't figure it out. And see, here's the thing. That's why they sometimes test you, Pisces. That's why they get cold around you, Pisces. That's why they act distant, Pisces. And that's why they try to dominate you, Pisces. It's not hate, though. It's not hate here. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the fact that Capricorn doesn't understand you, Pisces, so they need control. It's cold-blooded. See, I'm going to tell you, too, different ways that the Capricorn tries to control Pisces. And we're going to talk about, this is more on the shadow end, okay? Now, through the silent treatment, delay replies on purpose. Acting busy, see, to create power imbalances, making you feel replaceable, talking down on you, trying to put you down. And they'll try to do this subtly, okay? Another thing is that they use the money as leverage, withholding affection. Everything that I said before, keeping secrets, testing your loyalty, comparing you to other people, playing the boss, making decisions without you, acting emotionally numb, prioritizing work over you, using guilt, saying that you're too sensitive, acting superior, playing chess. Like I say, you could only imagine. And another thing, pretending to not care, cutting you off to regain control. See? So notice something here, though. None of which I said are emotional attacks. Ooh. All these are what? Control attacks, not emotional ones. Cold-blooded, see? Because it's not about just hiding the emotion or repressing it. Even when they attack you, they don't use emotion. Oh, my God. You doing too. Hold them back. Hey, man, stop that shit. You stop it right now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'll try. But hey, how does the Pisces naturally defeat the Capricorn without trying, man? Listen, I'll tell you. You don't beat the Capricorn by fighting, Pisces. I'll tell you that right now. Nope. You beat them by just being a Pisces. Oh, my God. Because when a Pisces start Pisceing, oh, listen, they ain't even ready for the shark. They already just in the room with the representative. What's up, man? Hey, how you doing, man? That's enough. Just you being a Pisces. It's not by fighting. You ain't even got to fight a Capricorn because there ain't no emotions. What y'all gonna fight over? Man, come on, man. I know, hey, man, you know what? Hey, let's keep going, all right? Your natural traits, Pisces, they already counter them every time. And guess what? You ain't even trying. See? Because you can't fight water. You cannot fight water with what? Listen, I've never seen nobody win a fight when they fight in water, man. See? But here's the thing. Your natural traits already counter the Capricorn, see? So you detach emotionally, disappear, you don't chase, you read motives, you adapt fast, you don't need status to feel secure. And what are the Capricorn weaknesses? They need control to feel safe. See? So when you don't react, they lose power. It's cold-blooded. Now, how to outsmart a Capricorn manipulation as a Pisces? I'm going to give you this bonus content. I'm going to give you the Pisces cheat sheet, okay? So, you don't fight fire with fire, just so you know. We all know that. You use water. Oh, man, you know what? You need to You use water. You don't fight fire with fire. You simply use water. I'm going to tell you why. When you use water, that means you don't over-explain. See? Because they'll try to use the info against you. Woo! See? You stay emotionally neutral. What is that going to do? That's going to be what? That's going to allow no reactions, no leverage to take place. Another thing, you want to keep your plans private because the mystery is going to protect you, Pisces. Don't chase when they go cold on you, see, because they're expecting a hot pursuit. Another thing is to be independent financially, Pisces. And what that's going to do is that's going to cause that's going to cause them to lose the leverage, the motivation, the drive in the first place, because they use money as what? Their main control tool. So you want to make sure that you are independent financially. Another thing, you want to call out their behavior in a calm way. Because why? The Capricorn is not emotional. See? Another thing is to walk away quietly if needed. Why I say this? Because Pisces, disappearing hits harder than what? Arguing. Another thing is you want to mirror their energy, Pisces. Why? Because if they're cold, guess what? You get colder. Another thing is you want to keep boundaries simple, because if by you saying no, guess what that does? That's a full, just by saying no, don't have to give a full sentence. Just say no, so that when they push, the answer is always no. Don't explain. See, when you explain, you show weakness. And that shows how weak the boundary is. Now, another thing is you want to trust your intuition first, because why? The Capricorn will try to use logic games. See, don't trust their logic. See, because listen, the advice of a Capricorn is strategically done and more self-inclined for them. If that's in regards to trick you, they definitely will give you bad advice and lie to you. Remember, it's Cap first before it's Capricorn. See, you got to you got to understand that the Cap comes first. See, the lies come first. Now, trust your intuition first, because they will talk to, listen, as you know things, guess what they're going to do? They're going to try to use logic games. See, another thing is that Capricorn, they can't manipulate what they can't emotionally access. It's cold-blooded, meaning your intuition, Pisces. And Pisces is slippery by nature. Let's not forget it. So that means that Capricorn can't even grasp you, Pisces, mentally, emotionally, physically, let alone understand you, see? So you run circles around them. And another thing is that if we were to ask ourselves about the compatibility between the two, well, can Pisces and Capricorn work? Yes, they can. But like I said, it's only when they are evolved, see? Because the healthy version is the one that's needed in this situation for it to work. As well with Pisces, it needs to be the healthy one, because Capricorn builds the life, meaning the long term. Pisces heals the heart. Capricorn protects security. Pisces protects spirit and the power couple energy. That's what's going to happen when they're both healed. Now, the combination here could be very loyal. Yes, very long term, very ride or die energy. But like I say, it's actually one of the strongest marriages combinations when they both are mature. Okay. Now, when it falls apart and fails, it fails when the Capricorn, like I said, is cold-hearted or cold in general, controlling, materialistic, prideful, and when the Pisces avoids conflict, overgives, ignores the red flags, self-sacrifices, then it turns into what? Capricorn trying to be the boss and Pisces being an emotional sponge. So if this were to happen, then it definitely would drain both of you. Now, another thing to remember is that Pisces, do not make the mistake of thinking that you need to prove yourself to a Capricorn or with one. That is the biggest mistake. So do not do this, please. Capricorn respects strength, not sacrifice. The moment you set boundaries, Pisces, stop chasing, stay mysterious, don't depend on them, they respect you more. See, Capricorn doesn't respect softness. Now, they respect stability and quiet strength. So be like water, be calm. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water, be calm, not wavy. See, because wavy is what? The wavy water, like I said, that means that you could be easily, taken advantage of. So be calm water. Now, the next thing is another thing is that with give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, so another thing to watch out for is when a Capricorn compares you to something or someone. Be careful with this because, like I said, taking a transmission out of a vehicle, putting a new one in that's not actually new, it might be salvaged, it might be, for example, they could compare you to someone or someone else to weaken your confidence. See? And remember, they're in it for the long term. So they can wear you down for a long period of time if you allow this. Another thing is why they are emotionally unavailable is because they fear vulnerability, okay? So they also can criticize you and disguise it as advice. But remember, when they're doing this, it's their ego. See? And understand when they use the guilt trips, they're doing it to what? Emotionally pressure you. Another thing is that they may keep secrets from you for leverage. And remember, when they withhold affection, they're doing it to what? Dominate you. So if you're dealing with a Capricorn man or woman, and all of a sudden they start, they don't want to sleep with you, they don't want to hold, any type of anything related to affections, they're trying to dominate you. See? And if they give you the silent treatment, that's done to regain power. Now, another thing is that when it comes to that financial leverage that I was speaking about, remember that they're doing that to cause a dependency trap. That's a trap that they're trying to get you to rely on them. Another thing is pride and ego. Never, okay, when it comes to Capricorn, the reason why they never apologize is because of their pride. They hate looking wrong in front of others. And why they do this is because they're trying to protect their reputation regarding their image. Another thing they may often do in their pride and ego is blame others. They do this for self-protection. Another thing when it comes to their pride and ego and why they use the cold logic only is because they want to dismiss feelings from the whole equation, from happening, or from them exposing or expressing or whatever it may be. They don't want to have anything to show in regards to feelings or emotions. Now, another thing, they will compete with you as your partner, and they do this to for status reasons. Another thing that you gotta watch out for regarding their pride and ego is they judge weaknesses within others, and that is in regard to the Saturn harshness that takes place. Remember, if they okay, put it like this, if they are already restricted, they can only project that same restriction onto you. So they could be very harsh when they're judging, others according to things that maybe it's outside of your control or you can't help it. So be, aware of that. They can hold grudges now, as I mentioned, but this will lead to a long memory of the list of things that you've done, even if you didn't mean to hurt them, or you could just bring up long past events, see, which shows that they're holding a grudge. Now, another thing is they could refuse to help. And like I said, that could be in a time of need, but that's done for what? For control reasons. Now, another thing is they can mask emotions, and why they do this is because of fear. Now, the relationship red flags that you must watch out for is they might put work over you. Like I said, those delayed replies, these are all the red flags. So once you see them, you got to know, like, you got to make a move. You got to make a decision. They can make, and I said most of these, but I just wanted to clarify that these are the ones that are the red flags in a relationship. Just being hard to read, not showing their hand, not showing their cards, just avoiding any type of, deep talks and that and whatnot. So, another one that is often not looked at often is the hot and cold behavior. So pay attention to that. Now, the dark side moves is they like to use info against you. They like to strategically become silent. They like to pretend and not care. They like to gaslight feelings, become just emotionally cut off to where they're, there's their walls or whatnot become like the emotional walls. They pretty much are not there. They take them away. Like I said, playing chess, not checkers. Another thing too is they can keep backup options for even if everything's fine, and they could act superior and shut down communication. Now, why does Pisces snap? Okay, because Pisces feels unheard. That's the first reason. Pisces feels unloved. Pisces feels controlled. Pisces feels emotionally drained. Pisces feels tested. Pisces feels used. Pisces feels minimized. Pisces feels invisible. Pisces feels manipulated. And Pisces feels replaceable. That's why Pisces snaps. Now, the breaking point here is that Pisces detaches silently, stops caring, stops explaining themselves, stops chasing, goes cold, the trust disappears. The intuition confirms the truth. The emotional door closes. The Capricorn loses loses access to Pisces, and Pisces walks away forever. That's the breaking point. Now, another thing is that what does this actually mean for a Pisces? So when a Pisces spazzes, just know that it's not rage. Y'all saw me as I did this spaz out. It's not rage. I know a lot of you may disagree. You were yelling though. You were yelling. Hey man, it's just an emotional shutdown. See? And that's worse. Okay. So just know that once that Pisces detached from the situation, Capricorn, there's no coming back. So don't think this is a game, because Capricorn, you expect arguments. Yes, you do. But Pisces just disappears from you. See? And that's what scares the hell out of Capricorns most, is because you just disappear without any argument, no closure, nothing, right? So, as I mentioned, Capricorn, you're gonna have to soften up for this compatibility to even work. In Pisces, you gotta set boundaries. Respect has to be mutual. So, hey, if Capricorn, if you start trying to control things, not gonna work. In Pisces, like I said, you can't sacrifice, and you cannot ignore emotions. All right. Now, just know that when it comes to Capricorn, they build empires. Yes, and Pisces controls the hearts, and hearts always win. That's the whole correlation behind it. Now, another thing, and I want to talk about this, is like I say, this is basically bonus content. Now, the thing about it is, let's not forget that Capricorn is Capricorn is a duality. Okay. Now, the duality here is their cardinal nature, right? So, excuse me, guys. Now, the cardinal nature. So what does this mean? Is that they are the initiator, okay? They like to start things. They move first. They build systems. And they are earth sign. See, that's the duality. That's the other side, is that they are earth sign, which means they are practical. And they are connected to what? The material reality. And this means that they care about what? Survival, money, status, results, efficiency. So Capricorn is basically, if you put it all into a nutshell, okay? They have this type of mindset that if it doesn't serve a purpose, why waste energy? While Pisces is basically about, if someone needs me, I show up emotionally. So that's the difference. That's why they clash. See? Because Pisces cares about the heart, Capricorn cares about the strategy. Now, the thing about it is, understand that Capricorns, they only help when they want to, not when you ask for help. So this will trigger a Pisces the most. And as I said, Capricorns, they don't help because of what? It requires emotion. They help from calculation. See, in that calculation, they make sure it benefits them. So they subconsciously ask for what? Is this useful? Is this a smart decision? Will this drain me? Does this move my life forward? And if the answer is no, guess what the Capricorn does? They detach. See, not because they don't care, because Saturn teaches them to what? Energy must be invested wisely. See, so then it becomes a time of what? Pressure. Time pressure. And see, Pisces gives freely. Capricorn invests what? Selectively. So that's a totally different wiring. See, it's a totally different wiring that is there. They're wired different. Pisces is wired different. They care about different things. That's why it's an automatic mismatch and a clash. And see, another thing is that I want to address the whole situation. According to a subscriber said, yo, why is the Capricorn always boring to be around? Okay, I want to explain this. Why do they seem boring, cold, or just, detached in general? It's classic Saturn behavior. Saturn rules seriousness, restraint, holding back, repression, control, emotional discipline, delayed gratification. See? So Capricorn naturally doesn't overreact. They don't get hype. They don't show feelings easily, and they don't talk just to talk. That's why you don't see, you don't feel nothing around them. You don't feel any, let's get lit, let's party. You don't get that vibe from them because they have what? They conserve their energy. It's cold-blooded. See, Pisces feels everything while Capricorn filters everything, if that makes sense. So to you, it might look like flat behavior. It might look like this person is uninterested. It might look like this person is dry. But internally, they're just calculating. See, they're just calculating. That's why I said you got to understand that when it comes to focusness, who has the ultimate focus? Capricorn. See, because they're always calculating everything. Now, is this manipulation? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I'm gonna separate it and show you guys. Okay, it's not manipulation. Okay, it's just normal Capricorn behavior, you guys. Why? Because they could be calculating for what? Different reasons. They could be needing space. They could be helping only when it's practical. They could be quiet. They could just be being quiet. They could just be focusing on work. They could just have a low emotional display of everything, see? And how they use it and how they express it. Now, that's just the personality of Saturn, you guys. Now, when it comes to actual manipulation, it will be more prone to the shadow side of Capricorn. In other words, so when it's unhealthy, that means that the unhealthy version of Capricorn, they will only what? They will only care about withholding help to control outcomes, only showing up when it benefits their image, acting cold just to make other people chase them, using logic to dismiss their feelings, and playing power games. See, and that shadow behavior, every sign has a shadow. Now, why does a Pisces feel hurt behind this, situation with Capricorn specifically? It's because you're wired the opposite. See, you're wired opposite of Capricorn. So your nature, Pisces, is that you're empathetic, sacrificial, intuitive, emotional, giving. And Capricorn's nature is more strategic, cautious, emotionally reserved, and transactional. Okay. So Pisces, you will feel like, yo, why wouldn't you help somebody when you care about them? Why wouldn't you get me a birthday gift? Why would you get me one? I got you one, right? So Capricorn says, well, why would I waste any resources if it doesn't what? Solve anything. It's cold-blooded. See, different love languages. So when it comes to the seagull symbol, now this is crazy. See, because I'm going to go deep with it. The seagull, Capricorn, as you guys know, half goat, half fish. Now I'm going to break that fish. See, the fish side is what people don't know much about, okay? The goat represents climbing, you guys, climbing mountains, the ambition side. The fishtail represents the emotions that they hide underwater. See, now the problem that Capricorn struggles with is that they are actually emotional too. They just bury it deep, very deep, so nobody can see it. They don't want to show that vulnerability easily. That's why they look cold on the outside, but that's why they are soft on the inside. I just wanted to throw that back out there because a lot of people forget that. Don't get it mistaken. Now, I'm gonna tell you, why do they help you when they want to? I'm gonna go deeper. Saturn teaches Capricorn to depend on yourself first. That's what makes them selfish. See, so they respect independence. Now, if you constantly need them for something, they subconsciously think, oh, why aren't you handling yourself? See, why aren't you handling this yourself? And see, it's not done in a cruel way. It's just the survival mindset that kicks in. It's like an instinct for them. See, now, another thing okay, so just something I just want to throw out there quick as a reality check, in other words, is that the thing about it is that when you're a Pisces, you just know that you're intuitive, like I said, emotional, loyal, and you're very protective of your energy, and you simply get tired of fake people, okay? Capricorn energy will feel stiff, distant, non-reassuring, and hard to read, okay? So that doesn't mean that, oh, this is like always going to be your enemy, okay? It just means that you guys have different emotional languages. And the bottom line here is, like I say, Capricorn isn't evil. They're not manipulative by default, in other words, see, or uncaring by default. They're just selective, strategic, guarded, slow to trust, and emotionally private. So the shadow ones, they definitely are. See, that's the difference. So those that are shadow, they can absolutely use people. See, but as we know, so can other signs. So that's why I say you want to take this as a tool. The information I'm giving you guys, not like, oh, to make every choice or, you know, every decision. Now, another thing is that understand is just, like I said, the green flags to look at to know if it's a compatibility going on is that both of you show up, you know, consistently. That means that, you know, that person may not disappear randomly on you. They help you quietly, fix problems without, you know, bragging, protect you financially or practically, you know, they pay the bills, handle the logistics or anything going on in you guys' life, or, you know, plans the future with you. They don't play the emotional games. They're very straightforward, keep their promises, because also Saturn requires what? Duty. Now, another thing is that if they introduce you to their long-term plans, they include you on that alone. It could be in regards to just knowing. That's a good thing. That's a green flag. Now, that would just mean that they see you as, you know, a permanent partner. They don't rush the intimacy, which shows what? It may be slow trust, but it also means that they have serious intentions. Now, they may oftentimes defend you publicly. That could be considered a green flag. Now, they could be loyal once committed, respect your sensitivity. These are all things to look for to know that, oh, this is the right Capricorn. When it comes to respecting your sensitivity, instead of making fun of it, you know, giving you advice, not dramas, being having the problem solver energy. And like I say, a healthy Capricorn will equal what? That will be that actually will lead to something or someone being a quiet rock for you, okay? Not a flashy, but a solid one. Now, just know, watch out for the red flags, and just know that they're conserving their energy. Is why they may come off being, you know, being boring or, hey, uninterested, and they're also not going to overreact. So just know that Capricorn in general, they don't express much. See, that's the best way to sum it up, is that they don't express much. So their normal face looks like, I don't care. But internally, it's like, oh, I'm thinking 10 steps ahead, in other words. So Pisces, as you know, you read vibes, and that could lead to what? Thinking rejection. But that's just a whole big misunderstanding in itself. So a Pisces, you just, instead of struggling with this situation, because you want the emotional reassurance, I understand, you want the deep talks and you want the closeness, but understand when it comes to wanting things like this, Capricorn has restrictions. They're not going to give you any of that off the rip, just off of getting to know them. So just understand, I get it. You want the results, you want the structure, Capricorn, and hey, you want the independence, but you want this whole, the whole me, and hey, that could be the type of mindset that Pisces could have. You want that whole like togetherness, the merging. But here's the thing with Capricorn, they might show you that, hey, I paid your rent, and they could just have different love languages to where they're both showing love just in different ways. See, now, yeah, so what this requires in a nutshell is that Capricorn teaches Pisces what? To stop saving everyone, okay? Protect your energy. And what Pisces teaches Capricorn is to feel something. Life isn't only survived. That's why the connection feels what? Karmic. See, y'all trigger each other's growth. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. Smash the like button if you resonated with what I said. And even if you didn't, smash the like button, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank everybody for coming out and listening and watching and being supportive. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Love y'all. Thanks for watching.